Hello, this is Tamar Frankel with New Light on Rosh Hashanah. It's our 22nd podcast for the 24th of Elul. We've finished the basic prayers for Rosh Hashanah in our overview, and now for the next few sessions we're going to turn to the portions from the Torah and the prophets that are read on the 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. Of the 4 readings, 3 of them feature women, 1 of the Torah readings, and both haftarahs. The Torah reading for the first day focuses on God remembered Sarah, remembrance. And we recall that Rosh Hashanah is Yom HaZikaron, the day of remembrance. Here, God remembers a woman who thought she was forgotten in her desire to have a child. In fact, she was so sure that she couldn't have a child in old age that she laughed when she overheard the angelic visitors telling her husband, Abraham, that a child would be born to her. Abraham had laughed when God told him too. So, nevertheless, she did have the baby. And when he was named, she said, God made laughter for me. Everyone that hears will laugh for me. His name was Yitzchak, which comes from the root for the word laugh, tzadi, ches, kuf. Just 3 verses later, however, laughter takes a more ominous turn. Ishmael, the older son of Abraham by Sarah's handmaid Hagar, who was already in his teens when Yitzchak was born, is described as mocking. This word comes from the same root as the word laugh. He had developed a habit of making laughter in a negative way. This recalls that when Hagar became pregnant, she looked down on Sarah. Often it's translated, she despised Sarah. But we might translate it that Sarah was made light of. The pattern is clear, and Sarah will have no more of this in her household. She insists that Hagar and Ishmael must leave. How ironic. The very name chosen for the son that had been awaited so long, born from Sarah, coming with joy at a miracle, bringing happiness to a whole community. Now, this very name, this very word arises in the family in a distorted form. And Sarah is the one who can see it. This shows us something not often noticed in the story of Sarah's laughter. We sometimes ask, why wasn't Abraham reprimanded for laughing at the idea that they would have a son in old age? But Sarah was. Only God heard Sarah, because the Torah makes it clear she laughed within herself. But God brought it up to Abraham, and Sarah denied it. No, you did laugh, she was told. And then it's left at that. I would suggest that Sarah had this brought to her attention to sensitize her to the nuances of laughter. Laughter is a peculiarly human behavior. It enables us to look at ourselves and our foibles and take ourselves less seriously. It's a corrective for the ego, for self-importance, for human-centeredness in general. When used in that way, laughter lightens our burdens, opens our minds, and enables us to get a fresh start. But when used to degrade another person, ridicule a mistake, or diminish others' sincere efforts, this making light of things can turn very dark. It becomes a tool of ego rather than its corrective. Sharp-edged humor can lead to embarrassing others, which the sages say is like murder. So, underneath this story is one of Sarah's growth in self-awareness and sensitivity. She also had the ability to act on her perceptions and her intuitions when she saw what was happening. The outcome for her family was difficult. Abraham was very reluctant to send Hagar and Ishmael away. He even brought it up to God, questioned God about it, and was told, in everything Sarah tells you, listen to her voice. So we too should remember Sarah. insight and wisdom are part of her heritage for us. This is Tamar Frankel, author of Loving Prayer, and we'll be back tomorrow with a discussion of the story of Hannah, another one of our unique women role models.